What's up, Transformers fans? My name's Mondo, back with another transmission from Moonbase 84. Although it took me a little while to get into, I ended up absolutely loving the Transformers animated TV show. And because of Legacy United giving us the awesome Bumblebee and Optimus figures, it got me thinking of other characters that I'd love to see come to Legacy United from Transformers Animated. While I'd love all the characters to make it into the Legacy United line, or a line where we get updated renditions of the characters, I decided to try to narrow it down to 5. So it was very hard, but here are the top 5 figures that I would love to see from Transformers Animated make the leap into Legacy United. At number 5, I have everybody's favorite oil-guzzling, blue-collar bots, the Constructicons. I love Transformer Animated's take on just about every character in the show, and the Constructicons are right up there as some of my favorites. I thought it was really cool just taking construction bots and adding the stereotypical construction worker personalities to them, and they were great. Plus, if I remember correctly, I don't believe we ever got figures of these guys in the Transformers Animated line. I could be wrong, so drop me a comment and let me know if I am. At number 4, I have Cliffjumper. Now, Cliffjumper is one of my favorite all-time Transformers characters. No matter what line, what media, whatever, he's my favorite. And I know we got the Reactivate figure, but I would hope, because we got the Bumblebee United, that a Cliffjumper won't be far behind, because sadly Cliffjumper is now relegated to Bumblebee repaints. I mean, he's been like that for years, besides the Transformers Prime, but I have high hopes that we'll get him in the United line. For number 3, I have the bot that dares to be stupid, Rgar. My oldest son and I absolutely loved Rgar in Transformers Animated, and to this day, he still makes us laugh way more than we should. And I would love an updated toy of him for sure. Transformer Animated's take on Blitzwing is the standout character for me, and probably just about my favorite character in the show. So of course I want a new animated Blitzwing, and hopefully he brings that same personality that we got in the first toy, because I absolutely love that figure. And finally, we've arrived at my number 1 most wanted Transformers animated figure to come to the Legacy line. Also, I'm going to speculate on how we would end up getting this figure, and man, I hope I'm right. So without further ado, here's my number 1, Omega Supreme. I thought it was really awesome that in Transformers Animated they had the Arc transform into Omega Supreme. I just thought that was really, really cool, and I love the idea. But sadly, we never got a figure of him, which is a real shame. As for my speculation on how we may be able to get him, hear me out, and hopefully you don't think I'm crazy. Back at last year's PulseCon, the Transformers team said the next Haslab that would be announced towards the end of this year, 2024, would be an Omega level event or something to that nature, which most people are speculating is Omega Prime from Transformers RID, I believe, and that they would just name it Convoy, Omega Convoy, so to avoid the no Prime and Haslab rule. But what if it was actually animated Omega Supreme in a Titan class? I think that would be friggin' incredible. Plus, animated Omega Supreme would make sense for a Haslab, because then you have the Omega Supreme that's just the animated in Haslab, but it still allows them to make or re-release future regular Omega Supremes, if that makes sense. Icing on the cake would be to have an animated Perceptor figure as an unlockable tier. And man, I'm getting way too excited over this possibility. So Hopefully I'm right. So that's my list of the top 5 Transformers animated characters that I would love to see come to the Legacy line. Let me know what you think of my picks, and let me know what your picks are in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And lastly, what do you think about the possibility of Omega Supreme from Animated being the next Haslab? And would you be down for that? Would you back that? I know I would, and if it were to come true, I hope enough people do, because I would really want that Omega. I also want to thank everybody for subscribing and watching and for all the support. And until next time, thanks for docking.